guys, welcome back. Going to be working on the Kickman cabinet again. Going to mix up some white paint again, the white and antique white, and we're going to put an earth coat up here. And then at that point, I'm going to, I guess, start doing the yellow, which I've been dreading, but I got to get it done. We also got to put the white on the back here and along the bottom, which I'll do that as well. I don't know if this orange and red went all the way up. I don't think so. I think this is white, so I'm just going to turn it white. I'll probably just go ahead and run a masking tape line down the back and hope that it doesn't peel off. The paint's a couple days old now, so I'd imagine it should be pretty secured to the cabinet, but we'll see. I need to do a shout out to Rich, who emailed me earlier, and he found me a working Alpine ski PCB. So I ordered it, and that will be going in the other Tato cabinet. I don't know if it'll go in the Tato cabinet that I picked up. It'll probably go in the other Tato cabinet that I have. I have to look and see what kind of shape it's in. I have one that is blue, and I have an Alpine ski marquee, which I think is in pretty rough shape. So I'm pretty sure that cabinet was Alpine ski. So I think we are going to use that cabinet, so that's the right cabinet. Even though I don't know, other than going by color, I don't know if Tato had a way of identifying the cabinets or not. But so that will be another future project, will be the Alpine ski. Don't know if I'll be able to find a wiring harness for it. If not, I'll have to do a JAMA adapter, because I don't know how easy it is to find those wiring harnesses. I don't know if it's the same wiring harness as Elevator Action and Zookeeper and stuff. I don't think it is. Elevator Action is a different board set than Zookeeper. Zookeeper has a whole door full of boards. Elevator Action is just like a double or triple board, I forget. So I don't know, I'll figure that out. So let me get some white paint and the antique white. We'll get some mixed up on the plate. I'm gonna get our coat on this whole area. Maybe we should tape off this back first. Let me take a look at some pictures online, or my previous pictures, to see how far in the white came from the back edge. Okay, the white's looking pretty good. And that stripe looks really good. So basically, if I untape it while it's still wet, definitely untapes way better than it does if you let it dry. So now what I'm going to do is start on the front and start putting the yellow on the front. And then I'll go to the sides and I'll probably just put the yellow on the sides where it is completely missing at first. And I have no idea how many coats this is going to take. Going to use a roller on the front, except for the edges will brush in. So yeah, I'll sit here and brush the edges in first and the sides and stuff, and then we'll hit the center probably with a roller. Okay, as you can see how crappy the yellow covers. I'm gonna let it dry for an hour or two. Come out, put another coat of yellow on. I think this is gonna take the longest, is all these coats of yellow. I might not get it all coated tonight. It's probably gonna take 4 or 5 coats is my guess. But I'm gonna let it dry for a good, probably hour and a half. I turn the heater up a little bit, so I'll be back in a little bit. Also, I got the chips, some of the chips in for Sinistar, hopefully to fix the video issue with the inverted color. I did not get the chip in yet to see if I fixed the flying part. Okay, I'm in the basement while the yellow is drying, and I'm looking at the schematics for this CPU video board for the Sinistar. I located where 2 of the chips have to go, but I'm looking at this other here, and it says ROM 6 is, it says decoder ROM 6 is in 3G. So if I come over here to G and then come down 3, 1, 2, 3, this is supposed to say ROM 6. ROM 4 is in here. ROM 6 is here. Why are these 2 reversed? I don't want to go switching them in case somebody did something to them, but I don't understand why the hell those 2 are backwards. Because clearly on this schematic here on the in the booklet, it is definitely saying ROM 4 should be in C3, and this is C right here, A, B, C. Then we come down 3 from the top, 1, 2, 3. So why that's there and that's there, I'm not sure. Not sure yet. I need to, I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt to switch them and see if anything happens, but I don't think that's the color issue. Supposedly, let me get to the other page here. Move this out of the way. It's confusing. This stuff is all confusing. So, if I come here and I look, these chips here that I ordered, these are 7489s, okay, and you come over to here and you look up 7489 on the book, and that position is 1B and 2B. So if you come over to the drawing here, this is B, 1B and 2B, so this would be 1B and 2B. So I think we should swap these 2 out. We'll put sockets in here. I don't know if this is going to correct it or not. I don't know what it's going to do, but well, this is supposedly the whole video part right here, because this is where the video cables plug in. So these 2, and I'm not sure what's supposed to go here. This would be A2, I don't know if I could find A2 on here. A1. Oh wait, that would be A3. A3. What would A3 be? Trying to see if I could find A3. Here's I'm sorry, 3A. It's right here. It should be a 7411. And that's what's in there currently. Now, I don't know. I got some of these numbers from Arcade Jason. And I don't know if... Well, this chip is clearly not the right one for there anyways, because it has one too many legs. See, I'm going to have to ask him. I don't know where those ones go. I know where these ones go, here and here. Let's see what this is. This would be B3. B3, what is B3? If I could find it on here. I keep saying it backwards. 3B, not B3. So where is, right here, 3B. This is saying 74LS367, which that is not what I ordered. I do have some LS367s though, I believe. But I don't think that has anything to do with the video part. He told me to concentrate on these two, and there was a third one. And I think what he did was he gave me a different part number possibly. So this part number might not correspond with what's in the book here, but this still might be a compatible chip. I don't know. So let's just put sockets in these two for now, and we'll test it and see what happens. Now, I believe these are the color transistors right here on the board. Could one of these be screwed up and causing an inversion, you know, the color to be inverted? Don't know. Why these two are swapped, I don't know. But first thing we're going to do is swap these two out, test it, see if anything happens. And then I'm curious to swap these two around and see what the hell happens. You know, I have no idea. So let me set up the tripod. All right, let's, oh boy. I knocked the tripod over. Let's pull out these two and put sockets in there, and then we'll drop these two chips in there. I'm going to move this manual out of the way. I pretty much have a paper manual for every single game that I have. I have a huge box of them. I'll have to show them to you sometime. But every time I buy a game, I buy the manuals because it's a lot easier to have this paper laying here than trying to flip through your phone or your computer or whatever. Well, I guess if you had a computer down here with a big screen, that also would be nice, but don't really have the room for it. So let's see how hard these ones are going to be to get out today. Wow, first one, the frickin' the pad instantly fell off the back of the board. So I got that going for me. I think it's pretty loose. All right, the good news is where that first one peeled right off, it goes to, that first leg touches this rail right here. So I can just scrape a little bit of this off right here and put a little bit of solder up here, and that'll correct that problem. I probably eventually will buy a better desoldering gun. This one's not doing bad, but I didn't even count the legs on this. I think it's a 16 pin. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 16 pin. So I'll stick this off to the side. I did not ruin this one, so it's still good. Let's grab a 16 pin. And make sure we put our chip going the right direction. The notch is coming towards me. Actually, I'm going to scrape a little bit of this away real quick. Yeah, there's actually solder up here too. I should be fine now. So we'll drop this one in. One pin doesn't want to drop down. Hi, Jolene. One, two, three, fourth one down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. I don't have the chip to see if the flying upwards gets repaired or not. It's still on its way from Florida, so might be a delay on that one a little bit. I ordered it before that storm hit. Hurricane, whatever you want to call it. All right, so this first one up here is the one that lifted on me a little. Was it the first one? Okay, let's move on to this other one right here. This board's just a piece of junk. It's pretty beat up. It's got a bunch of acid damage that was clean there and stuff. I don't know, these pads, I mean, I'm barely holding this on there, and I have 2 pads just came off. I mean, I can't desolder any quicker than I am. Gotta be careful you don't screw the board up underneath your chip. I got it out in one piece. So that pad is bad on the bottom side, but the trace is on the top side here. So we can just make sure that solder gets right here so that that pin touches this pad and it'll connect. 1, 2, 3, fourth one up back here. 1, 2, 3, fourth one up right here. We need to make sure that this touches. We can use our multimeter if we have to, but we just gotta get solder up here onto the pin. This, we could multimeter this pin over to here and we would know if we have connection or not. Let's see what else we have here. So that one and that one, it looks like just two. I thought a third one broke, but I think it's just two. Hold on a minute, I gotta answer this. All right. Sometimes one of the pins they don't want to push down all the way, and you gotta loosen the solder up and then they'll slide through. Okay, go in the right direction. Okay, let's see if we need a flashlight down here. Actually, I could just I put solder on those pins that the pad was broke on the bottom side, and it looks like the solder flowed up from the bottom to the top, which it usually will, but sometimes it won't. So let's go ahead and pop these two in and see if we get any sort of luck. I'm going to get it screwed into the game and then we'll turn it on. Wouldn't it be awesome if these two did it? All right, I'll go get it screwed in, then I'll turn the camera on and we will turn the game on and see what happens. All right, let's turn it on and see if anything happens. Nope, still wrong. That screen should not be yellow. All right, so still not fixed. I got to figure out where that other chip goes, and then if that doesn't do it, I'm not sure yet what it is. I want to switch those two ROM chips real quick and then turn it back on and just start the game and just see for some dumb reason if it makes any sort of a difference. Okay, I swapped the two. Let's turn it on. Okay, it's got a messed up screen, so those could have been labeled wrong. Who knows? So let me swap the two back and make sure that it works. Okay, just turned it back on. I want to see if it boots up at least. Yeah, okay. So for some reason those were reprogrammed, probably wrong. You know, they just grabbed the wrong chip, and whoever worked on it, I have no idea. But anyways, so those two chips that we changed did not change the color. So I guess I'll hang on to those old chips because obviously they're not bad. But need to figure out where the other chip goes, and I cannot find it yet on the schematic. From what I've been reading online, I'm pretty certain that the issue is these. Okay, there's some real shitty soldering going on the back side of these. So I think I'm going to desolder these chips and just look and see what's going on underneath them. But these I might need to replace these. Now, supposedly these chips are hard to get. They do make a replacement one or something like that. But I think it says something about you have to remove these resistors or do something different. So I'm going to have to research that. But something's telling me that this is the problem. Just curious to see if it's real screwed up or something. Because I went to plug it back in and I got stuck on the rug screen. And I'm pretty certain it's because of these chips right here. And if you look at this socket, it's all screwed up. There's pins hanging out of it halfway. I don't know what the hell is the deal with this. I wonder if I have one of these sockets. That I'm not sure. I probably have a 40 pin I can cut. Actually, do I have one right here? This one's a little long. I could cut it. I don't expect this to probably fix the problem, but at least I could replace this. That looks like crap. So I'm going to go ahead and cut one of these down, I think. How many pins do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. All right, let me do this off camera and I'll come back. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to go back out in the shop and do another coat of yellow. I kind of gave up on that board for now. I was screwing with those other chips, they're completely screwed up. I think that's the issue. Whoever had replaced those and put sockets in there just screwed up a bunch of shit on the traces and stuff. So I got to see if I can't fix that. Maybe find some new chips as well. This is the transistor tester I bought. So I got to figure out how to use this thing. I never used one before. It says it does transistors, diodes, dual diode, MOS, bunch of other stuff, capacitors, all that fine stuff, all that stuff. So hopefully this will help me out in the future once I figure out how to use it. So I'm gonna head back out to the shop now and do one more coat of yellow for the night. Before I head back out there, I stuck a capacitor into pin 1 and 2. This is 100 UF 250 volt, and it came up on the screen as a 100 UF, 100.7 UF. I'm gonna try a different one real quick, just out of curiosity. I just want to see if it actually really picks it up or not. So this is a 680 UF 25. So let's stick it in here. Trying to do this one-handed. Oh boy. Hit the test. I said it was a 680. Yeah, 684 UF. So it does work. Now I don't know if it would tell you if one is bad or not. That I haven't even begun to figure out yet. But it is accurate. It does tell you what it is. So, all right, heading back in the shop. Okay, since it's getting late, I'm going to brush one more coat of yellow on. I'm not going to use a roller because it's kind of pointless to waste a roller sleeve on one coat. So, I am just going to use my brush. We're just going to go over it again. You can see how off this looks right now still. This is that Bondo area that I painted white over it. And now the first coat of yellow and it looks green. Plus, you can see the yellow over the white, how much lighter it is than down here. But, I mean, that's unfortunately not much I can do other than just keep putting on coats until the damn thing covers. Which sucks because, I mean, this might take me 6-8 coats. I have no idea. But we'll get it. I mean, it's looking better. Starting to look like it should. Okay guys, that's going to end this video. This is part 3, I believe, of working on the Kickman. Now, if I were to guess, I would say it's probably going to take 3 to 5 more coats of yellow before that looks good. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the yellow finished off camera because it's kind of dumb for me to keep videoing me putting yellow on the cabinet. So I'm going to go ahead and get that finished up, and then we'll come back, we'll cut in the white on a video, and then we're going to go back with the black marker, and we're going to hit any of the spots that I lightly hit with paint. And you can see my paint on there a little bit. Like I'll do one right now so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, see the edge of this balloon right here? I got a little white paint on it. So I'm just going to take my marker my paint marker, and we're going to get some paint to come out of it first. We're just gonna go around like that and clean up all the edges again. Even this line here, all that stuff will get at the end, and that's what's gonna really bring it all together, tie it all together, make it look really good, is when the lines are nice and crisp between the different colors. That makes a huge difference. And that'll probably take me a while to go and get all the spots that need touched up, but that's okay. It's getting there. It's starting to look better again. And this weird stuff here, this is supposed to be there. It's on the other side too. So I don't really understand what it is, but somebody had mentioned the other day, and I noticed it too, and I just didn't say anything, but it looks like the factory screwed up. See this white here between the bicycle? Wouldn't you think that would be yellow? Looks really out of place being white. I don't know why it's like that. I think they just screwed up and didn't paint it yellow. But whatever, I'm just gonna leave it as is because that's how it was. So that's gonna end this. Sinistar's literally going to kick my ass. You know, whoever that board was, that CPU video board was worked on many a times, it looks like. Had bad battery acid in the bottom corner of it. It's just a nightmare. And I'm gonna see if I can't get those 2 chips from somebody, and then I got to figure out. I'm gonna have to take that socket I put on back off, and I'm gonna have to do some creative work, let's put it that way, to get the solder to connect to where it needs to connect to. Can I do it? Yes. Is it gonna be a pain in the ass? Hell yeah. I might have to take like some real thin, tiny wire and solder it on the top side of the board, run it through the hole, and then when I go to solder my leg, I can solder the little tiny wire to the leg, and that'll take care of the problem. It's just going to be time consuming. I mean, there's not much I can do about it, but I just wonder if one of those 2 chips just went bad in the process, you know, because I was kind of hoping maybe it was just a bad solder joint because the solder was so shitty in there, and it still might be, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm gonna just pull those chips off one at a time, the socket off, and make sure that every single connection is properly hooked up to the socket, and then I'll put the chip back in and see what happens. That I'm not gonna video because it's gonna be time consuming. It's gonna take a while. Maybe I'll show a real quick part, like how I'm trying to attach them so you guys can see. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Tons of videos coming. Once I'm done with this, I'm gonna get it in the house. We gotta get all loose parts painted. We gotta get the Spy Hunter fixed and painted, and we still have Stargate to put together. I'm gonna try to get this game and Spy Hunter finished and down in the basement, because once I finish this pickup truck, I'm gonna be working on this back part of the building. So I'm not really gonna have a bunch of room to work on games for a little bit out here, but I'll have some to put together in the basement. Plus I'm sure there's a few other things that need repaired. Plus I'm converting that one cabinet into another golf game. So yeah, there's plenty of things to do while I'm working on the shop in the basement every week to get stuff done. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the comments and likes and thumbs up. Keep them coming, and I'll see you guys later.